How's it going, guys? So if you haven't seen the dyno video, go back to my latest video, check that one out. It was a success, but there were some things I definitely would like to change, and I am going to. There's a couple things that I want to tell you, and this is one of them. Here are my wastegate springs. This is the one that was in the back, this is the one in the front. These are both 7-pound wastegate springs. So once the turbo gets to 7 PSI, it's fed through a vacuum line to the wastegate, and it'll open a gate and it'll put air past the turbo rather than through the turbo, so it doesn't spool the turbo any further. This is how you control the boost. And the stronger spring you have, the more boost you run, because it's harder to open the gate, because it's opening it is compressing this, right? So what I had problems with was I would turn it up to 15 pounds. I was trying to get, and with my boost controller. So it's basically a little valve that's in between the wastegate and the turbo, so I can trick what this is actually seeing, this spring. So these springs, you can turn up 50% on what this is. So this is a 7-pound spring. So technically I can get 10 pounds. Like, so 50% more of 7 is 6 or 3.5. So 7, 8, 9. So I should be able to get 10.5 pounds. And that's basically what I was getting on the dyno, and it ran 412 horsepower, which is bad to the bone on the built engine. But it's got more. Like, you can see the chart on the dyno that the power was going up. It was going straight up, and then it started to cower over like that. And the reason being is because there wasn't any boost. The engine needed more air to keep making more power. And honestly, that's what I'm gonna do. So I ordered 11-pound wastegate springs. And again, you can turn up from there 50%. So 50% of 11 is 5.5. So I should be able to get 16.5 pounds of boost with an 11-pound wastegate spring. So that's cool. So I'm gonna be putting that into the back engine, turn it all the way down, and start there. And then when I'm at the track, I can turn it up further. So basically, turn all the way down, it's gonna be at 412 horsepower in the back, and then I turn it up from there. So I'm making some serious power now. And I still need to do the front. I didn't do the front in the last video because I didn't do it. I didn't have time, we ran out, they closed at 6, all that completely fair stuff. So Friday again, I'm going back and I'm gonna throw it onto the dyno with the front engine. The front engine is a bone stock DE, and it was abused royally. Like, it just sat outside underneath the deck for years. Lots of rust, all that. So I'm gonna try and get 300. We'll see. I might blow it up, might not, might make more power if I keep going with it. But I'm planning on stopping at 330 because I have very good experience with 330 horsepower being very reliable in a DE. This is the engine I am going to be dynoing. So I'm going to pray every night before I go to bed, make sure that I give it all the love I can and make sure nothing's gonna blow up. Check all the plugs again, I've already checked them. I've ordered new spark plugs. I seem to be going through plugs like 90, so I'm just gonna have all the goods for it, hopefully by Friday, and we'll be ready to go. And since I'm gonna have these new springs, I'm gonna have a new spring in the back and the front. So both are gonna be 11-pound springs that I can turn up to 16, maybe even more. I'm going to fix the rear engine if I get my parts in time. I have a new valve cover gasket. My valve cover's leaking and my distributor's leaking, but my JB weld isn't. The JB weld fix did not leak at all. It turns out it's all from the top of the engine. So before I put it back in the dyno, I'm going to fix all that stuff, and I've already started ripping it apart. I got the firewall out, the exhaust is re-put back on so I can run it and see where the oil's leaking, and it's leaking from the distributor and the valve cover. So if I fix that too, I'm gonna throw it on the dyno and then turn it up from 11 pounds and maybe make 500 horsepower. Who knows? I'm not sure what's gonna happen or whatnot, but it's gonna be fun. If I don't get it on the dyno, that's more than fine because the engine runs, it's healthy, the tune's like bang on. So that's all cool stuff. So I'm getting very close to being ready. The next thing I've got to do is I have to paint up some wheels. Not these ones, but the stock MX3 ones, which are over here. And I'm going to be painting them black. And then I'm going to be putting my drag racing tires. So these are the wheels I'm going to be painting. And I'm going to be putting my huge stickies on. So that's the next thing. I'm pretty much in a corner right now. I have no work to do because I don't have any parts. I could put body panels on, but I'm gonna be at the dyno and stuff, and I don't like having my body panels on in case a tire blows or I have to work on it. So I can work on my car easily back through here, and I don't care if I wreck any paint or anything. I just don't want to wreck my wrap. I don't want to wreck what you see. Like, I don't care if I rub against this, and that's no big deal. Just get a can of paint and fix it because the bumpers cover it. So yeah, I'm looking pretty good right now, and I think I'm gonna get a start on my wheels in the next episode. All right, that's it for this episode. I just wanted to fill you in, get some knowledge out there about the wastegate springs, and I will see you in the next one.